Well, UW Health nurses have picked a date. They're ready to strike, listing their grievances at a news conference this afternoon. Plus, Labor Fest makes its return to Madison after a 2-year hiatus. And one of the men suspected of killing 10 on a stabbing spree in Canada has been found dead, with the other suspect, his brother, still on the run. You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Nurses at UW Health are fighting for their rights and their patients' well-being. After years of trying to unionize, they feel they have no option but to go on strike. Our Andrew Banstra has the story. Andrew?
Nurses at UW Health say a lack of pay.
Nurses at UW Health say a lack of pay, training, and resources prevent them from providing patients with adequate care. After years of fighting to unionize, they're going on strike.
Thank you for joining us.
After more than 3 years of fighting to unionize, UW Health nurses are going on strike.
I am going on strike.
The strike will run from September 13th through September 16th. The nurses say at this point they feel like they had no other choice.
We need our voice to be heard.
99% of these nurses voted for the union, but according to those nurses, UW Health won't engage in talks to renew, citing Act 10. After losing their union in 2014, rapid changes followed, such as cuts in pay, training, and benefits.
New nurses would start with one patient and then maybe a week later move up to caring for 2. They had time to learn, and there were enough nurses to train new folks. Now our new nurses are thrown in with a full load, and if they need help, odds are they have no one to turn to other than another new nurse.
Lack of staffing, training, and resources, nurses say, directly affects the care they're able to give.
But you haven't taken care of your staff, and that means you aren't taking care of your patients.
The nurses say under the current conditions, they aren't equipped to best serve their patients.
This strike is about taking care of patients, but we aren't given the tools to do that job. Administration has cut staffing, taken away proper training. We are exhausted, making us prone to mistakes. Patients deserve better.
Having been formerly unionized, these nurses know the benefits.
Things weren't perfect, but we had language on staffing ratios. We had a grievance procedure. We could actually redress it. So if somebody stood up and said this isn't safe, or I don't feel safe doing this, they got to respond. They had to respond to that. If they didn't, we brought the full force of our grievance procedure down.
UW Health nurses say that with all the legal hurdles cleared, the ball is in UW Health's court.
We are not treated with respect. We are being intimidated and harassed, especially in these past few weeks. We need the administration to stop hiding behind Act 10. The Attorney General has given you the green light to recognize our union. There is nothing that prevents UW Health from recognizing us except themselves.
In response to our request to comment, UW Health expressed their disappointment in the nurses' decision, saying in part, while SEIU Healthcare Wisconsin is aware of the avenues to determine collective bargaining at UW Health is legal, the choice to strike will not answer those legal questions. But for the UW nurses, this isn't an option. They need change.
As a nurse with my experience, and I think every nurse can say the same, I've been really scared at work.
Now, this problem isn't just in Wisconsin, it's nationwide. In Minnesota, more than 15,000 nurses are going on strike next week as well. Nurses tell me if walking out is their only option to get patients better care, so be it.
Andrew, thank you. And let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Here's meteorologist Julian Seawright. Julian?
Well, a quiet night is in store for us as we kick off the rest of our Monday night, transitioning into our Tuesday. The good news is that temperatures are really comfortable for us. We had 72 degrees for us today as our high. We can thank the cloud cover for that because we really didn't see much sunshine, so we didn't really have any daytime heating much at all here in southern Wisconsin. Normally around 77 degrees, but in the last 3 days, we've trended cooler than normal because of all the cloud cover and the showers and storms that we saw from this weekend. 66 degrees as of right now. Dew points are continuing to fall, which is great news. It means we're going to be more comfortable over the next few hours, especially as we kick off our Tuesday morning as we head back to work and kids go to school. 63 degrees in Janesville with 65 degrees in Platteville, and dew points again for Janesville around 55 degrees, but a little bit more moisture towards the southwest. In Platteville, it's 63 degrees for us. We're playing out the rest of tonight. We're going to see see those temperatures fall into the upper 50s for many of us. In some areas near Janesville, going to see those lower 60s. But for tomorrow, folks, we're going to see another mild day and plenty of sunshine. We'll talk more about what else you can expect in just a few moments. Until then, let's send it back to you, Eric.
Julian, thank you. And earlier today, President Joe Biden making a stop in Milwaukee, giving remarks during Labor Fest on the Summerfest grounds. The president, as well as former President Donald Trump, have been busy rallying their voters ahead of November midterms. Now a federal judge is weighing in on the former president's request for an appointment of a special master in the FBI Mar-a-Lago search. Natalie Brand brings us the latest.
A federal judge in Florida has authorized the appointment of a special master for an independent review of the items the FBI seized from former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. The ruling puts the Justice Department's investigation into the documents on hold for now, though the national security assessment can continue. The detailed list of inventory taken from Trump's Florida residence includes more than 13,000 items, among them more than 100 documents marked classified and 48 folders with that marking found empty.
The shameful raid and break-in of my home, Mar-a-Lago, was a travesty of justice.
The legal victory comes after Trump had lots to say about the FBI and President Biden at a rally in Pennsylvania over the weekend.
He's an enemy of the state. You want to know the truth?
Both the former president and the current president are working to energize voters ahead of the midterms.
The extreme MAGA Republicans in Congress have chosen to go backwards, full of anger, violence, hate, and division. But together, we can and we must choose a different path.
President Biden spoke to union workers in Milwaukee this Labor Day. Then the president headed to another union event in Pittsburgh, his third visit to Pennsylvania in less than a week.
It's clear which way the new MAGA Republicans are. They're extreme, and democracy is really at stake.
The midterm elections are now 64 days away. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
And Wisconsin's Republican gubernatorial nominee Tim Michels spoke this morning at the same time as the president's visit to Milwaukee. Michels appreciated President Biden's visit to the Badger State, saying it is critical he knows the issues facing the people of Wisconsin, but also criticized the president's new student loan forgiveness plan, which allows eligible borrowers to erase up to $10,000 of their student debt.
So why should people that didn't go to college or that paid their own college tuition have to pay the tuition for those that went to college? This is absurd. This is what people in America are so frustrated about.
Labor Fest made its return to Madison after a 2-year hiatus due to the COVID pandemic, with many companies now offering hybrid remote work and the Great Resignation continuing to hinder the national staffing shortage. It's clear that America's pre-pandemic workforce is a thing of the past. For local union supporters, this shift provides an opportunity to reach people in new ways and continue pushing for better working conditions across the state.
We always hear about CEO profits, major corporations doing well despite average working people struggling. And so there's just sort of the sense that, you know, we're kind of done with it. And I think there's a lot of folks that are just itching to organize and do something about it.
For Labor Fest attendees, this holiday is more than a history lesson or fun celebration. It's a time to reconnect, regroup, and renew their fight toward better workforce across Wisconsin. A free lunch was available today at Brittingham Park for anyone who needed one. Circle of Hands, Inc. organizers were busy grilling and smoking ribs as part of its annual benefit picnic for the homeless. Anyone looking for a hot meal could chow down while also learning more about local resources for those experiencing homelessness. Local artists teamed up and showing off their talents, painting fire hydrants in Monona ahead of September 11th. It is the newest piece from the Madison Public Art Project, which teamed up with community artists to make it happen. These hydrants are on Monona Drive and will be unveiled publicly on Sunday to honor and remember those lost 21 years ago on 9/11. Artists could submit their designs online and a select few were chosen to bring their designs to life.
I think it's a good effort for both on the artist side and then also for the community side, just to see what people are imagining and what they create and what they can bring to the community.
And the public is invited to join in a remembrance celebration at Monona Fire Station Sunday at 1 p.m., which will be followed by a parade past those hydrants. A car fire earlier this evening brought southbound traffic to a crawl. This was on I-39 just south of Portage near Highway 33 shortly before 6 o'clock. You see that vehicle on the side of the right shoulder there on fire, blocking the right lane of traffic. A freight train derailed early this morning. This was in Iowa, overturning dozens of cars and spilling asphalt into a creek there. Now, this happened in Hampton, Iowa. It's about 4 hours west of Madison. Union Pacific saying 44 cars came off the tracks. That asphalt spill was able to be quickly contained. Fortunately, no one was hurt. The cause of that derailment remains under investigation. Now to some developing news tonight out of Canada. Police say a suspect from this weekend's stabbing has been found dead. Two brothers, they say, fatally stabbed 10 and injured at least 19 others in a rural indigenous community in a nearby town. Here's Thalia Perez with the latest from investigators.
One of two murder suspects wanted in one of the deadliest mass killings in Canada's history has been found dead. Police say Damian Sanderson was found with injuries that were not self-inflicted.
His body was located outdoors in a heavily grassed area in proximity to a house that was being examined.
His brother Miles is still at large.
Miles Sanderson, Damian's brother, may have sustained injuries. Even if he is injured, it does not mean he is not still dangerous.
Authorities say the first stabbing took place at about 5:40 a.m. on Sunday, and within minutes they were notified of the others across the James Smith Cree Nation. Police say there are at least 13 different crime scenes.
This kind of violence, or any kind of violence, has no place in our country.
Doreen Lees believes one of the suspects knocked on her front door after authorities sent out a phone alert.
He had, it looked like his coat over his face, and he said, I need somebody to take me to the hospital. My mouth has been hurt.
Both suspects were last spotted together about 200 miles south in Saskatchewan's capital, Regina. Police so far don't have a motive.
Mass killings are less common in Canada than in the U.S. A senior Indigenous leader suggests drugs were somehow involved in the attacks, but police have not confirmed that. An arrest has been made in the case of a missing Tennessee schoolteacher, but the suspect charged won't say where she is. Cleotha Abston has been charged with kidnapping Eliza Fletcher and is being held on a $500,000 bond. Fletcher went on a run early Friday morning to the University of Memphis, but didn't make it home. Surveillance footage shows a man forcing the mother of two into an SUV. Investigators were led to Abston after locating a pair of sandals which DNA evidence determined belonged to him. Coming up on News 3 Now, at 10, a Michigan man taking technology into his own hands, literally. We'll show you how and why he hopes to see others do the same. Stay with us.
With Red Robin's $10 gourmet meal deal, the choice is yours. Pick one of these 3 gourmet burgers, a bottomless beverage, and bottomless fries. All for just $10. Hurry in before it's gone.
Red Robin. Yum.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Right now at the Century House, purchase any Fjords furniture and receive up to 20% off. All models, all sizes, all colors. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
Come on, Brian.
Dad, look.
Brian, come on.
I'm Courtney.
I'm Brian.
Ready, Brian? Summer won't last forever, but you can go out and make memories that will during Toyota's National Sales Event.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. See your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Don't get left in the dark. Save now with 11% off Generac at Menards. Get power, reliability, and peace of mind anywhere with our selection of portable generators, inverters, and whole house generators. They provide reliable electricity for any situation. On the work site, camping, or in the event of a power outage. Get easy-to-use, reliable power anywhere with 11% off all Generac generators and inverters now at Menards. Save big money at Menards.
Let's go.
Good. Thanks, Mara. There you go. One new inhaler.
Nice. Did you get my refill too?
Maybe.
There you go, sir.
You're a lifesaver.
So nice day.
Healthier is managing all your family's prescriptions in one app. CVS Pharmacy. Healthier happens together.
With Red Robin's $10 gourmet meal deal, the choice is yours. Pick one of these 3 gourmet burgers, a bottomless beverage, and bottomless fries. All for just $10. Hurry in before it's gone.
Red Robin. Yum.
Do you remember me? This is the first day of my show. I hope my fans feel on top of the world by the time they leave the Jennifer Hudson show.
Jennifer Hudson, weekdays at 3, starting September 12th. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. A Michigan man is using implanted chips in his body to start his car and unlock his house. Soon, he'll use them to replace his wallet. 41-year-old Brandon Delali taking matters into his own hands, literally, thanks to a small microchip implanted in his right hand. There you see it. For $100, a piercer implanted the $300 chip. And it's not the only chip in his body. Delali has another one in his left hand, and that one opens the door to his home and can access his medical records.
So you can tap. The chip light screen shows it's connecting, so it would be able to tell you blood type, it could tell you emergency contact information, and then you're able to pull up the COVID Vax card from here too.
So his motivation behind this, he says, is to soon live a life without needs for keys and a wallet. It hasn't been entirely easy, though. He knows he has his fair share of skeptics who don't understand why the implants are needed.
This is something that I'm doing for me. It affects nobody else. I'm not saying this technology is for everybody. I'm saying in the future, you might start to see more of these things.
And he's planning for a third implant, in fact, one to help monitor vital signs like body temperature and heartbeat. Scientists say concern over Antarctica's Thwaites Glacier is amplifying. And this glacier is one of the widest on Earth, larger than the state of Florida. It's nicknamed Doomsday Glacier because it's melting underwater as the planet warms and has a high risk of collapse. If that happens, it could raise the global sea level by several feet, which could lead to widespread destruction of our coastlines. Scientists say swift disintegration suggests the Thwaites Glacier has the capability to undergo a retreat at a much faster pace than they had thought. They believe the seabed ridge is what has been helping to recently keep it in check. Time now to go to meteorologist Julian Seawright for your certified most accurate forecast on this Labor Day weekend.
And things are going to be great throughout the next few days for us, which is awesome because we've had a lot of cloudy days, but now we are going to be looking at sunshine by the time we get into tomorrow. So starting things off with our surface map, this is what we're watching for. We do see the stalled out front, which is stretched in throughout much of the lower 40 of United States, but outside of it, we have a high pressure system in the further parts of the Great Lakes. What that is doing for us is keeping things rather dry, but what we're waiting for now is for that dry air to start to make its way into southern Wisconsin to start to clear the way for some of that cloud cover for us. But that's going to take a little bit of time and will really happen overnight. Then what we're going to be watching for is low over into the Great Plains, which is going to continue to track its way slowly into the upper Midwest, and that's going to be bringing in some summer-like feels for us. But taking a look into tomorrow's, that's what we're preparing for. 76 degrees. We're going to see some areas of fog rather early into the morning, so be prepared for some of your areas to have some foggy conditions, but outside of it, we're going to see sunshine by the time we get into our afternoon, and mild temperatures will return as well. Quick look at our bus stop forecast. As kids head back to school, this is what we're looking at. Pretty cool and rather chilly start to our pickup, but by midday and for the drop-off, we will warm back up into those 70s, which is great news for us once again. But again, we're going to see the clearing of our skies overnight, but then some cloud cover looks to try to return by the time we get into our morning hours. Areas to the east of Dane County could see a couple of showers starting to develop. We're not looking for anything substantial, and if anything, we're just looking for a couple of brief showers, again, mainly east, and they're going to be moving out by the time we get into our Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday nights, we're looking for our skies to open back up once again. Preparing for Wednesday, what we're going to be watching for is, again, some heating rolling into our Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures will rise once again into the upper 70s and even to the lower 80s by the time we get into our Wednesday evening, bringing forth, once again, some summer-like feels for the rest of this week. Outside of that, any kind of rain chances that we have or accumulate will mainly be east of Dane County. It's going to be less than 1/10 of an inch on top of that as well. What we're going to be watching for in terms of really having substantial rain or even some thunderstorms will be for this weekend, potentially late over Friday night or into our Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon and night. We have a couple of round shots of seeing some showers or thunderstorms, but outside of that, we are looking for close to a quarter or even a 1/2 of an inch of rainfall as of right now for our weekend chances of seeing any kind of rain. So our 3 things we're going to need to know to wrap things up. It's going to be in the upper 70s going into tomorrow, and on top of that, we will see the return of the 80s throughout Friday. Then we are looking for some possible storms to return as we get into the weekend. So that's just one thing we're going to be watching for, is the return of some storms, because it's going to feel quiet and warm once again by the time we get into the mid part of the week and for the back end of the work week as well. Then we're returning to those 70s and, of course, the shots of rain and some storms, which unfortunately just happens to land on our weekend once again.
Yeah, we've had a couple bad breaks with weekend weather. Hopefully it stays dry for that Badger game. We've got a short work week. Next Saturday afternoon, 2:30 kickoff on that one.
Hopefully things will, pan out just on top for us.
Thank you, Julian. Members of a Twin Cities church came together to deliver one special birthday present. Ida Shannon is 91 years old, but she's young at heart and fearless, celebrating her birthday by plummeting out of an airplane.
Life would be pretty dull if you don't embrace adventures. I like taking risks. I think I was born that way.
What's happening today is our friend, the 91-year-old Ida, is jumping off from the plane.
I went ziplining on my 80th birthday, and someone asked me what I was going to do next, and without even thinking about it, I said, oh, I'll just go skydiving.
And all her friends from Heights Church, that's my plug, is here. Go Lydia!
I didn't really think that it was ever going to happen, but then they went ahead and collected enough money for me to do this.
Ready to do it?
Just ready to do it.
There you go. Okay, that's what I like to hear.
She's like the real Wonder Woman. She's strong and loves the people, the family. She's like the grandmother I wish I had.
My grandma is super adventurous, and she's so caring and loving. I feel like everybody who is around her feels super included and feels super cared for. And, she's somebody who is always going to show up for you no matter what.
The first minute or two is going to be kind of scary.
She should be in this group.
Because you have to wait for the chute to open. But after that, I expect to be able to look down on God's earth and enjoy what God has created.
You okay?
We're made to be together. We're made to need each other.
Ida is my hero.
We were created.
Everybody say free fall.
To do good things.
Free fall.
For each other.
By the way, Ida raised 10 children and worked into her 80s. Coming up in sports, it's on to Washington State for the Badger football team. Why, they say their Week 1 performance was just okay. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
It's time to amp up the fun at your local Ford dealer. The summer supercharged sales event is here. So stop by your Ford dealer today and check out great offers on select Ford vehicles. Then discover how Ford can take your summer to a whole new level. Hurry to the final days of the summer supercharged sales event for a great Flex Buy offer on Escape or Edge.
Spectrum presents Stream Home Makeover with JoJo.
We transform the Joneses' home, upgrading their entertainment experience with the best TV and internet services from Spectrum. Let's go! With Spectrum TV, you get your favorite channels and streams streaming apps, plus tons of on-demand.
Switch to Spectrum TV and Internet for only $49.99 a month each. Now with even faster speeds of 300 megabits per second. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Ready for more? Take a look. With the free Spectrum TV app, you can stream live sports, news, and more on all your devices, inside, outside, and on the go.
Wow, that's awesome!
There's more. We powered up the game room with Spectrum Internet, which gives you the fast, reliable speeds you need to power all your devices. And it comes with free security suite, so you can feel completely safe and secure.
Switch to Spectrum TV and Internet for only $49.99 a month each. Now with speeds of 300 megabits per second. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Call now.
Backed by popular demand, Hyvee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hyvee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hyvee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hyvee, you get a 20-cent Hyvee fuel saver.
The insurance company's tiny check, you deserve more.
I wanted more, and I knew I deserved more.
Tell the insurance company you mean business. If you want everything you may deserve, call a powerful law firm. Why accept less when your case may be worth a whole lot more?
Hyvee and Abraham.
They know how to get more from the insurance company.
They got me way more than I was told I'd get.
Because a good lawyer shouldn't cost you more. They should get you more.
Call 800-800-5678. Hyvee and Abraham. Right now.
What you see is important. How you see is important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Right now, get 40% off lenses with the purchase of any frames. Shopko Optical.
The Badger football team had a pretty impressive showing in Week 1 against Illinois State, dominating all three phases of the game. But as News 3 Now sports director Zach Hanley found out, the Badgers aren't satisfied with that performance and are now looking forward to the matchup against an old teammate this coming Saturday.
5 touchdowns, 4 sacks, 2 records broken, and no points allowed. Still not good enough for the Badgers.
Against Illinois State, we had a lot of penalties, stuff that, we can't have, because as an offense, we can beat ourselves pretty bad. And, if we dig ourselves a hole like that, we could end up being off the field for a while.
Cleaning those things up can definitely help us. And just those open space plays where we got to make tackles and not let people get outside of us and keep contained.
It might not sound like it, but the guys are happy to be 1-0. They just want to be perfect. Now, to get to 2-0, Wisconsin has to get past Washington State's offense. And old friend Nakia Watson, the former Badger running back, now Cougar starter, that rushed for 522 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2 seasons in Madison.
He's always been super talented. I mean, you go and watch his high school highlight tape, and he's just the same exact way. Big body, runs hard, runs physical. Yeah, I mean, I think back to all the memories with Kia. I mean, we had a really good time together, so it was definitely good to see him.
I love him, so that's my dog, but when we're on that field, we got to handle business, and I think he feels the same way.
He's got teammates here that know him well and certainly appreciate him. Guys, we all liked having him on this team, but, it's Wisconsin versus Washington State, and he's their back.
One this group plans to shut down as they strive for perfection. At Camp Randall Stadium, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
Kickoff set for 2:30 on Saturday at Camp Randall. And for more on Wisconsin's game against Washington State, be sure to tune into this week's Badger Blueprint Wednesday during News 3 Now at 10 with Zach and Jimmy Polzine. Final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment. Stay with us.
It's Terrific Tuesdays at Hyvee. This Tuesday, Jimmy Dean bacon, only $2.99. And Bolthouse Farms baby cut carrots, only 88 cents. Tuesday only. And visit HyveeDeals.com for even more deals.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Brenna today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
We
all need deep restorative sleep to handle stress and maintain good health. And at Slumberland, we've made that very easy. Only Slumberland has a smart rating system on each bed to finally make shopping simple, fast, and understandable. And we carry every Tempur-Pedic national model in every store. Now save up to $700 on select adjustable mattress sets, and special 72-month financing is available. For a better night's sleep, Tempur-Pedic at Slumberland, the brand everyone wants. Everyone.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
They say a good steak shouldn't be covered in sauce. That's why this prime rib is covered in fire-roasted peppers and provolone. But if you want sauce, it's in the bag. Arby's, we have the meat.
Wisconsinites don't back down from hard work. We got self-starters and never-stoppers. Folks who help feed a nation. Pioneers in innovation. Teachers and third shifters like my parents. You deserve a senator who protects your jobs, not one who sends them overseas. I work to bring manufacturing back home so we can make things in Wisconsin again. When we harness what we have, we can change where we're going. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Migraine attacks? You can't always avoid triggers like stress. Qulipta can help prevent migraine attacks. You can't prevent what's going on outside. That's why Qulipta helps what's going on inside. Qulipta is a pill, gets right to work to prevent migraine attacks and keeps them away over time. Qulipta blocks CGRP, a protein believed to be a cause of migraine attacks. Qulipta is a preventive treatment for episodic migraine. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and tiredness. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Qulipta.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Brenna today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
It's Terrific Tuesdays at Hyvee. This Tuesday, a 4-pound bag of That Smart Sugar, only $1.48. And Bakery Fresh Donut Holes, only $1.88. Tuesday only. And visit HyveeDeals.com for even more deals.
This portion of News 3 Now sponsored by RG Heating and Air Conditioning.
And just a final look at our weather for tomorrow will be our last mild day of the current work week. But if you missed summer feels, well, we're going to have it from Wednesday to Friday and then back to some 70s heading into the weekend. We're going to be watching for some shower and storm chances this weekend as well. Over to you, Eric.
All right, Julian, thank you. And thanks for joining us tonight for News 3 Now at 10. Have a great night.